you feel stuck and held back in your freestyle, this may be occurring in your own technique, and I will show you how to correct it. Hey swimmers, welcome back to the Swim Bites channel. I'm Coach Mandy, and today's quick tip video is highlighting what happens if you have zero rotation in your hips when swimming freestyle and how that can negatively impact your technique and how you move forward in the water. Now, before I get started, if you are new to the channel or you've been watching my content, be sure to hit the subscribe button below. That way, not only do you support the channel, but you also stay notified for new and exciting content weekly. One of the main reasons why your legs can be dragging when swimming freestyle is a complete collapse from your core or the center of your body. As much as it's important to relax your legs, there still needs to be a level of core engagement to keep your legs extended and on the surface. When demonstrating this habit, the immediate feel that I have off the wall when I start to swim freestyle is complete relaxation from my center. You can see in this freeze frame here that there is an arch in my lower back. I am not engaging my core, and also what happens is my legs are relaxed, but because of the weight of my legs, I am unable to even rotate from my hips, and I feel an immediate drag in the water. So if this is happening in your own technique, especially for guys, your legs will sink even more dramatically. So as it is important to learn how to relax and shut off your kick so you're not reliant on it, it can also negatively impact your stroke. And what happens here is that when there's zero rotation from your hips, then your shoulders are trying to take over, and what will happen is there'll be this progressive sinking of your legs, which will further make you drag, and also it becomes more difficult to breathe and move forward. So those that have watched my channel before, I have demonstrated really the opposite of freestyle, where kicking aggressively and trying to move your arms rapidly, which also wastes energy, but there's also this point, which is going the other way, which is being far too relaxed and not engaging in the correct areas of your stroke. And what happens is, as you see here, the legs continue to sink further. So think of it as channeled strength. It's not about being effortless. It's where your effort is channeled is what matters to help you stay efficient. So here I am just engaging my core. I have eliminated the kick just as much as the original demonstration. So there's no heavy kick. I'm doing one kick per stroke, or a 2-beat kick. And you can see that my body line is uninterrupted. It stays on the surface. Why? Because my core is engaged. So here I feel complete activation throughout my entire body line, which then keeps my body supported on the surface. Because of that, I'm able to rotate easy from my hips. There's no dropping of my legs. I'm still eliminated the same amount of kicking as before. However, you have to channel in that strength. Otherwise, you're going to give into your surroundings and create more unnecessary drag. This in the same capacity as kicking way too much or pulling heavy. So both of those sides of the spectrum are a little too much. You want to actually bring it in and have balance in order to improve your efficiency and overall glide and swim easier. You can even see here, just by breathing, I'm in the right position to breathe because my body line's on the surface. And my body line's on the surface because I'm engaging from my center. I'm not collapsing. And ultimately, that's how you're going to stay on the surface for the long run, is you want to completely engage the body line. And where that collapsing typically happens first is from the center of your body. Once that collapsing happens from the center of your body, you'll feel immediate tension in either your arms independently or both your arms and your legs. because there's nowhere to find that stability once you collapse from your center. So as you saw in the first demonstration where my legs were completely sinking, here my legs are not sinking. They're staying high up on the surface, and I'm not keeping them up because of kicking. It's merely body position and muscle activation and where you're activating from, which is from your center. And as long as that's happening, you'll be able to position your body line much higher, and it's just much easier, and also it's a lot more sustainable. The same muscle activation you feel in this position would be the same or similar to a side plank or side bridge in the gym. It's not a heavy engagement, it's just enough to keep your body line nice and toned. And in this last demonstration, I'm actually collapsing from my center with a little more of a kick, and you can see how much my lower back arches and my hips drop just a little under the water. And because of that little bit of collapsing here, not as dramatic as the first demonstration, I have to rely on kicking more to try to stabilize myself on the surface. So here you can see that I've collapsed a little bit, not as dramatic as before, but enough to feel there's no toned feeling from my center, and then I end up having to put tension in my legs to kick harder. So here it's not a heavy kick, but because I'm having to kick more means I'm wasting more energy when it could be much easier if I just worked on my center and my body line and I don't have to kick as much. So it just depends on what your priorities are with freestyle. If you're looking to conserve energy and swim faster with less effort, it's much easier to reposition your body line and actually learn a 2-beat kick first, and then you can start adding a 4 or 6-beat pattern once you've established a solid framework with a 2-beat kick. So for those that are watching and never heard of this term before, a 2-beat kick means 2 kicks per stroke cycle, or 1 kick per stroke.
Okay, swimmers, if you are struggling with rotation, try a couple of these points the next time you go to the pool and share with me in the comments below. Now, if you're watching this video and you want to understand and learn how to execute a 2-beat kick, hit the pinned comments below and access my SwimVice program today. I have specific courses with detailed drill progressions to not only help you execute a 2-beat kick, but also stay aligned and streamlined on the surface of the water. Also, you can visit swimvice.com for more resources to help with your swim training. All right, swimmers, enjoy your practice, and I will see you all next week.